everybody, check it out. Cool new intro. Big shout out to Dustin. Thank you so much. We're going to pull that together, give it a little update, but man, that's great. Thank you. Hey, getting our act together 165 podcasts later. What's up, chat? Great to see everybody. Thanks so much. Really, our giveaway, giveaway Thursday begins, and that always starts with the first person that comes in that can type V3. So Bishal, you're the one that won that. But if you're international, I'm going to ask you to take advantage of the gold membership that we give away, 30-day gold membership. Also, everybody, again, get with us on Saturday. All of the information is on the gold members page for that webinar. And so go over here for Saturday's session. It's we're starting at 10 a.m., 3 sessions, 10 and then 11, and then go to at 12:30. We're going to do like an open, just kind of Q&A. Let's talk about the markets. Let's talk about next year. That might be on YouTube, but everything is on your gold members page here. If you need to connect, you have questions, go to the basic members. Everyone should be a basic member and access the Discord, which is number 4 here. Click the invite and go log in. Look up Miss Stephanie in there or one of the mods for more information. But again, it's all on the gold members page. And last thing, Harmonic Pattern Cheat Sheet, a great tool here. All right, with all the patterns, proportions, type 1, type 2, beautiful work. All right, let's get to it. We're going to start with crypto today, everybody's favorite market, right? What's going on? Are we still loving crypto, everybody? Let me know. Let me know. Let's go through our top 10, sorry, top 5. And let's go. Number 1, Ethereum. What happened? Came all the way back to 1225. I said that's the stop out point. Okay, for this type 2, and we're going to have to reassess. And that's what happened. Came all the way back to 1225. It bounced, but not much, and it's this. It's all about this deal, this big pattern. Oh, where's the Gartley? Our small little Gartley. There you go. This is the Gartley we've been following along. So by definition, for this to be a type 2, okay, should not be back here. I suspect we could come back to 1110 on this move without getting any kind of movement out of the zone on Ethereum. I think that's you got to bump stops, everybody. You got to keep pushing the stops, and if it's not going to do anything, so be it. Move on. Next time, next year, next coin. But that's still number 1 because it's not only it's a big pattern, it's a small pattern, a couple of back-to-backs, and you have that bearish pattern in between. This is where it should be doing things at 1225, not rolling, or 1080 really, 1100, but you don't come back to 1225. You should be at 1436 or at least rapidly approaching it, and you didn't. It's one of the things we'll talk about on Saturday. Okay, be mindful of that. I think with all of this, you just don't want to screw around with this. If it's going to move, if it's going to go, it doesn't break the trend line, especially on type 2s, off of that trigger. So okay, number 1, down and out. I think 1110, folks, 1110 or your next HSI signal. And your HSI is breaking under the 50 line. And this would be the real trigger, and it's an early signal too, that you're back under the 50 line on HSI, and if amplified rolls over, so what's that? That's like 1 or 2 down days, and that thing should then go back into a full flush, go back to 1110 before the end of the year. So definitely that's not, that's where it's shaping up. Absolutely. Let's get ready for that one though, because that's not, look, just take away all that, those drawings. We're a perfect check back. I mean, that's the thing. I was doubting this. I was kind of, just saying, I know it's a perfect type 2, but why would you even mess with it? Well, it gave you a 10% bounce, but we were looking for a lot more. We were looking for like a 40% bounce to target 1. Did nothing, comes on back. So just, we'll be patient on that one. If anything, you don't want to see something that's supposed to keep this up in terms of amplified. So your amplified RSI, just draw a trend line. That should be progressing. You're under the 50. If we roll under there, that's big trouble. That means, again, full zone retest. Number 2, Binance Coin, which is, again, remember, not doing much. I think those guys are probably, I'd have to say they're doing everything they can to buy as much of their own coin to support this. But 278 has been the kind of the range bound move we've been looking for. Almost got there yesterday. We're as low as 281. And this is 278.81. Nothing, not big, nothing there, except just grinding lower, but no opportunity. Nothing I'd be looking at the moment. Number 3, Bitcoin. Talk about more nothing action. This is the, look, we know the deal about Bitcoin and what our ultimate targets have been, remain. We're not going to veer from them. What I think the takeaway on all of this is simply the fact that no matter how straight down the trend is, it still takes time. And that's where we are here. We're just building. We're building not only there on your daily, the weekly. This stuff takes time to get down there, but think of it this way. Even if we were looking at, and I've mentioned this before, as a 1618 flush down, well, if we're going to assume that's going to be in a pattern eventually, show me 30 bars, 30 weeks. So 30 weeks doesn't even start until early January, and that's what I think is shaping up here. Your minimum number of bars, they're not there yet, and they won't be there till January. So even if you were hoping for a pattern or something to develop into the end of the year that would say this is over, it's not there. That will put us, I think, mid-January. You're going to trend lower until that mid-January. Go to 30 weeks off of your prior June low. Flush this out. It's just time. And this, let me bring this up. Okay, this current action of the last few weeks is just this at 20,000, 19,000. Now it's 16,000 to 17,000. This was 19 to 20. That's 16 to 17. So what? Just really nothing. I mean, here is the penetration breakdown candle, and you don't even, barely a 50% here of this one. And even if you got to a 50% of that prior candle, that's still only 18,000. But you're not rebounding off of this. This is still completely dominating everything. So be mindful of that. Think of it 30 bars, 30 weeks from the June low. Still, you're not going to do anything until January. It would be great help if you could niche and saying on sessions and editions of cryptos. We're doing stocks. Yeah, we do stocks. We did stocks last time. I outlined at least a half a dozen. And then, of course, there's our 3 ideas. And there's a new 3 ideas for gold members. So every week I'm putting up 3 ideas for gold members, plus market reports and updates. We do talk about stocks, and I'll get to stocks today because a whole bunch of those tech stocks that look like garbage are back down at those zones retesting. So we'll get to them. I just want to rip through the crypto top 5. That's number 3. Number 4, Doge back down. Why not? Okay, remember the HSI check back at 1080, and there's some 4-hour targets there. Look, here's the pattern. This is the Doge situation. We've known it, and did a really stretched out, kind of elongated type 1 move, and then we come up and look, 1090, folks. That was target 1. Talk about rejection. So come back, 823 would be logical. That is absolutely still type 2. Come back down, and that's 8 cents. I think 8 cents. 7.5 is also a very big long-term number for Doge, but that's what it is. You got it. The last one, I've been thinking about changing this. Okay, Cosmos. Why? It's not doing much. It was. It got some nice patterns. On the 4-hour, 956 is a Gartley right now, but it's more about this daily stuff. And you haven't triggered anything. Beautiful pattern. Some back-to-back stuff, but we need a trigger. We need a trigger, and again, I think it's more like $8, not 11, or not 9. And and HSI is heading lower. This is the other thing. Tell me what direction HSI is headed. Beautiful pattern, but what is this doing? It's still down. It's still down especially until we can trigger. So again, if that's number 5, I'm open to hear take a vote on what we should replace Cosmos with, if there's something better that's developing. But I don't, I was thinking we should look at Solana, because that's probably more on like the, suicide watch. Hate to say that, but, this is this daily HSI coming at a very low level, did check back. So that's Solana the last 30 days. Okay, and it's just impossible to say, how could this be another overbought situation? But it is on Harmonic Strength Index, and it checked back 2 bars. You break under 1288, 1285. That's where I think everyone was looking for that 2 weeks ago to go to $1. This is I've been drawing this little arrow down for a while to come into the zone and to go out, but you're not there. So that might be something in terms of if there's going to be more trouble. Keep an eye on that. I'll take a look at a couple of random coins quickly. Absolutely. Chiliz, H79 is looking at Chiliz. Well, Chiliz is going to be something I talk about in the seminar about type 2 returns, and how almost this is a phenomenal opportunity here on the type 2. We never got back almost perfectly to the deep crab at 30.90, but even independent of that deep crab, and that always helps, the real type 1 on Chiliz ended way back here in August. So we were talking about this in June, July, and it was a great move to target 2. Flashed up to 28 cents, 29 cents, depending on your exchange. But I've been saying all along, this big arrow back down is inevitable. And that's 11.3. So listen, if we know anything about these nerds trading, front running all of our crypto accounts and knowing what our orders are in advance, okay, they probably got together in a big bunch of them got together and said, hey, let's run this in front of the World Cup, and then just create some kind of hysteria, and then maybe buy some press to say how cool the Chiliz tokens will be for World Cup teams. I don't know. That thought crossed my mind. But what didn't escape my mind is the fact that we had to come back for the 2 return. and that's where you are. So I'm still saying, you're saying 1 hour, 1 hour time frame. Maybe, but I don't. You might have something here, but I don't. Let's see. No. Gartley. I mean, look at this. Bat, Gartley, 1746. I know a lot of you do short crypto on your Binance futures and stuff. Pull up the hourly charts. Even Bitcoin. I was going to go to Bitcoin on a 5-minute and show you how many patterns in the last 24 hours there have been. But you're only capturing the moves if you're automatic executions. But the hourly, no, I'm not there. Depending on maybe what's your time frame or what's your data feed. All right, there's a bat pattern. I see what you're getting at. Big crab pattern. Wow, look at that on the 4 hour, but still reaction. Amazing. That went from 15 to 26 cents in what, a week? But these are trading like penny stocks. Your bat pattern here that you're currently negotiating, that's probably what you're referring to. Again, our big numbers, our daily numbers are 11.8. This hop is 12.3. So I'm, 11.8 on the daily retest. But now that's there. And this is the zone you're retesting. Okay? That's the type 2. 1 or 2 more, folks. Sure. Monero. Okay. This is that massive Gartley, but okay, there you go. Here's another one. Get ready. Type 1 almost over, folks, on Monero. I do remember this Gartley. It's just crazy. It dropped down 50 points in 2 days to form the ABCD and the Gartley proportions. But much like Chiliz, and this will be a good one to follow. Okay, reaction. You go to target 1, target 2, looking for your arrow. There it is. And now, what's the retest of that arrow? The previous high on that is 147.43. And you're there now. You hit that today, I would say there's your check back move. 147.69. That was that's Monero, and that's the end of the type 1. This could even trickle up to 151, but you are 2 bearish candles away, 2 bearish days away from going back into a return move, 122.26. So this is it, and that's, look, normal reaction, normal expectation is just simple reaction. Really quick, first person to type in V3, you'll win a book or a gold membership. Got to keep you guys awake. V3, who wants to win a book? This Thursday giveaway. We're here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, folks, 12 noon to 1 o'clock, although I think I've got to get out a little early today. And we give away some books. We give away some gold memberships. Argo Glass, you win a V3, although I do suspect you already won a V3. But if you won a book or you're international, okay, you can get a gold membership, 30 days. Check it out. We'll give away a couple more. But Monero, we go into the type 2 return, probably over the weekend. 2 candles, 2 bearish candles, and you're done. 1 or 2 more. Someone had it. Oh, you wanted Zill or Zillow? Brian Guzman's asking for Zillow or Zill. Zill, the crypto. This. Oh, good one. You must have this. You must have the software, Brian. Nice. Okay. Another beautiful pattern. And hey, at least we got beautiful patterns. But again, we're going to wait for confirmation. Check back. And that's all down there at 2.02 cents. Maybe as low as 1.8. You're 2.2 now. Beautiful one, Brian. I mean, real nice. But I wouldn't expect anything until we retest and then two bullish candles. That's going to be something I talk a lot about on Saturday, the 2 bullish candles. Or 2 agreement candles really is the best way to say. That's all right. Again, this is the problem with these crypto. they're not confirming, and they're only reacting off of these big dump moves. There's nothing there. This reminds me of, I'll come back to it. And again, and I'm not there yet, but it reminds me of the Anchor. Remember Anchor? This was a couple things. Where's the crab pattern on Anchor? Oh, here's the crab. It's too much. It's a couple patterns, but it was a type 1 up. Now the bat. And take a look at the zone even on this bat pattern that just formed. Yeah, see, here's exactly the problem with some of the check back stuff that's not working. Because typically we would say, all right, pattern completes there. There's your arrow. And we go to 4 cents on that move. That's the expected move. But I'm looking for this low. The arrow generates and then retest that as your trigger range. Well, it comes all the way back there. So by definition, okay, we could say that's a check back. It's sloppy, but then your second arrow is here on the close. 2.1 cents for Anchor. You're essentially right there. But it pulls your execution all the way from looking here to now over here. We'll show that in detail on Saturday. Yes, the sessions will be recorded. It'll be available for gold members. And now be posted on the site. One or two more. What's the one everyone's been talking about? Oh, here's the one. Here's one I'm looking at. Ethereum Classic, folks. On the weekly chart. Starting to shape up. Where'd you go? There you go. It's a butterfly. We've been kind of checking in with this one once a week. And I'm thinking we do hit the hop. We're 1886 at the moment, 1325. So if that's going to happen, you know what Ethereum will do. It really just not, it still needs to go lower in the zone. And I was going to show this too on Ethereum Classic. We have this daily level at 17. That's got to get retested. So all of these are still early in that development. They're not there yet. Not there yet at all. Let's do one more in this space and get on to some stocks. Was it Zcash? I think Zcash was a lot like, oh, this was a crab pattern. Didn't get to target one yet. That's like Monero. Just not doing a type 1 move. Careful on that one. If Zcash rolls over, I know we brought this up. How far along are we? Again, this was my point with Zcash. Just run it from terminal bar to the right. 30 days is today. That's why I wanted to bring this up. So you're 30 days from the completion of the pattern. And are we making progress? Some. But this is again where your bump stops. You don't want to be closing under 43. So just another way to gauge these reactions for those that are trading this stuff. Okay, that's all we have. There's just nothing but reactions. Last one. Maybe number 5 going forward. Instead of Cosmos, it should be XRP. Because here we are. Couple of patterns, daily pattern, weekly pattern. We flashed up to 41. I suspect XRP back to 34, folks, to finish this bat pattern. And where's HSI? HSI down, still down. So all of that, I think, in a good spot. But it's got to come back for the type 2s, and we're going to see that in a whole bunch of stocks right now. Let's get to them. Though enough on the crypto. There's really not much to show on your total indices either. It's all kind of just sliding like Bitcoin. Lower. These are going to come back for a retest. Let's look at the calendar. Let's amazingly, year is over. 4 weeks from tomorrow. Friday the 9th. Then we got 3 weeks. 3 weeks from tomorrow. That is not a lot of time, but we're going to pretty much run out this year, I think, retesting a lot of zones. Roll over as people sell this stuff. And again, I think we'll sell it towards the very end of the year, and then try to get back in January. 34 cents XRP, and let's switch that as our new number 5. Okay, let's get to where the markets. Oh, I didn't have that one up. Markets were up earlier. They were down earlier. Then they're up. Kind of trying to recover from yesterday. And S&P up 20. Nasdaq up 90. Dow up 175. Okay. Just a little recovery off of yesterday. But we do have some things here I want to get to quickly. And let's jump to Nasdaq or S&P, but a whole bunch of these on that last flush for the major markets, trying to hit some oversold conditions. And let me bring this up. Hold on. There's Nasdaq. Blow it up. Oh, that's S&P. S&P right now. Oh, I like that on 233 tick. A lot of patterns today on S&P, but really nice stuff. There's a deep crab right now. 39.55 is a big support zone for today. Come back to that. I want to go to Nasdaq first, though. Nasdaq futures look like this. Last couple, the big bump last week, okay, no follow through on the zone. That's a problem. I have a problem with yesterday's close, almost flushing that out, closing underneath there. This support zone and basically 11.4 would be a real problem into the end of the year. If you cannot hold these lows into the day, I mean, I was ready to say one more down day and that's it. So again, another situation where we tighten up stops, but we do have a number of things that are, trying to set up at these low levels. I don't Nasdaq chart not nearly as nice as say S&P, but longer term. But S&P on the daily registered an HSI on the close on Tuesday. And so here's the thing. I don't want to fight that HSI. If we got a check back here, one last flash up to around 4,000, 4,012 is that signal, and then down, that's a potential possibility. That just set up. We haven't had a check back in a while on S&P. It's kind of interesting that you didn't check back here, you didn't check back here, you did check back there. You form the arrow, you retest. Okay, a lot of it depends on, do you have a pattern? Are you at a pattern zone or not? Because that one right there did check back, but take a look at where the second bearish candle happens. Really on the bearish pattern back from August. Okay, you check back, then a bearish candle, but then where's the second one? It's all the way up here at the hop level. This kind of thing is changing the game in the way I'm pinpointing zones, reducing stop loss and drawdown. There are ways to look at this with a secondary arrow, but I'm preferring these situations in the zones. Yes, they happen on their own, but with the patterns, then you've got kind of the framework with the indicator extreme confirming. And you had that here as well. You arrow forms, okay, you do retest, and then even if you're waiting 1 and 2 by that second candle, you're there. You're there. What I'd look for here in the next couple of days into next week, if that does retest and you roll over next week, we could sell hard into the end of the year. Just not the kind of place you want to see a harmonic strength index develop. So for me, I'm really watching by Monday, Tuesday, how that shapes up. The other one, the Dow Diamonds Industrials, that's probably, in terms of signals and everything, been the strongest. And then on the diamonds itself, we're trying to actually register a bullish reading. How does that happen? We're trying to, if we can get a strong close today and we get a close above yesterday's high, which we're already there, that could be a real interesting spot for the diamonds. Let me bring up let's go into the industrials themselves, the index. Let's pull, there you go. Okay, similar, this shows you the index. It's not official until the close today. But I'm watching this, what's going to happen with the diamonds. Okay, because they look like they're trying to break down. This reaction that started in September, early October, with real ideal check back confirmation, should be end of it. If we're going to go 1, 2, we come all the way back down. That's how I would look at it. But with a bullish reading, potentially, if this stays up here, and if it's going to be a bullish case, it needs to stay up there. That's why if we see this, Nasdaq drops any much further, or even Dow, drops under stuff like this, and you start breaking down under 33,000 on the Dow, on the Nasdaq too, then we're going to go back into the return phase. Not really what you want to see after a year like this year, but you do have, you're flashing short-term patterns again. Remember this? Here's the SPY, bearish shark, just a reaction. 379 is target 1. But this is still, that just started the reaction 3 days ago. One second. Thank you. So today's close, probably one of the most important closes in the last month or 2 months, because if we don't close above yesterday's high, or even worse, we go bearish on this candle today, which could happen, then I would look for continued downside. You don't have anything yet. Look, HSI still trending lower, and you would need to come down. We talked about this on Tuesday, to hit lower, and before that could even set up. So where is this relative position going into the end of the year? It's spelling reaction. Reaction down to minimum targets lower, or until we hit some oversold triggers. Let's do a couple more. I'm going to do some individual stocks. Right now, next person that types V3 will win a book or membership. It's giveaway Thursday. Every Thursday, we're going to give away some gold memberships or some books. Someone's looking at Disney. Let's look at Disney. Disney is a type 2. Disney has not given us a check back or confirmation. Ron, you are on the keyboard, man. You got to be right there. You win. You were number 2 last time. Got to be quick. I'll give away one more before we head out today. I'm going to get out of here in a few moments, but I want to rip through a bunch of stocks. Some of these are new three ideas. Some of these are going to be new 3 ideas. How do you find out? Well, you become a gold member, silver member, subscribe. But I'm going to post a watch list here. Okay? And we'll start with Disney because that's certainly one of the ones with a type 2. It's pretty funky. It's overshot. Our confirmation is 87 and change. It's trading 92 right now. Another one coming back down that it needs to retest. The way I think about that, something like Disney, the hedge funds are going to want to dump their losses. They will be pruning Disney positions, which throws you down back to 87. Couple more. The big ones. Google. Back down at the 90 level with this big crab pattern. Now, ever since last week's HSI check back and like that, and then 2 days ago, we had a bearish candle. All right, you coming back to, at a minimum, you come back into the zone. You might come all the way down to the hop, 85. You're 94. Okay, where's HSI? This is the only reason why I haven't put this up on the website yet. I need to see this develop over the next 5 to 10 days. I get that somewhere under the hop or under the XA, close to the hop. I think it's around 90 bucks. Maybe fill the gap at 88.50. We need those triggers to set off that pattern. But for now, you're going to float lower. And let me rip through the rest of them. Amazon. You guys are going to about to get about 5-10 stocks here. Same deal. Amazon, lower. No HSI down here. I mean, you have this prior reading. It's under the hop level. That's around 89 bucks. You're trading $89. Okay, give me 2 green candles down here because we filled the gap yesterday. Let's probably wait on that one a little bit more. Microsoft. Stronger than most, but listen, we have this crazy type 1, type 2. Okay, there's the reaction to target 1, and then we're starting the return. Looks like it. 219, 220. There's a bunch of numbers down there. Again, this is all that takes is a keep violating prior lows. Google Meta. It's either check back 117 or 97. I think it's 90. I think it's 97. Meta's different. It's on the other platform. Meta looks like this. Meta on the weekly. We're going to get this rollback, this check back, I think, where you are going to come back and brush against these big numbers. It's kind of in a delayed execution, but the hop 97.90 could come back, brush this hop, and then give us something later. But look, HSI on the weekly, that's about to roll down. So you're going to fight a weekly HSI? Not quite. Couple more. Yeah, let's go to those other innovation stocks, the Cathie Wood stocks. So this is the across the board here until we get these to retest. Here's PayPal. Check it out. Maybe the first one of many to not only retest but give us HSI here. Here it's 70.85 or where is that? 71.20, call it. Check back at 71 and 2 more candles. Talk to me next week. But they're all setting up for next week. Tesla. Tesla's, you got a couple things on Tesla. But go on the daily, and the daily has been down since that daily HSI, that bearish daily HSI, that bearish daily HSI, that bearish, the last 4, 5, okay, basically the last 6 out of 7 have given you straight runners. This one didn't check back, that one didn't check back, but you're still down until something lower. 177.54 is a big number, and you're below it, and your HSI trending lower again. Ever since that HSI generated a few days ago, and this is what I'm thinking on Facebook. Meta's about to come out on the weekly. Not quite there yet. I mean, that's I think the weekly time frame for Tesla is more like this Gartley. And take a look. Retest the low at 168. You're at 170. Why only there? And why I think this is so close? Because you already have 1 and 2 weekly candles after the check back. All right. Maybe even wait for this thing to do a turnaround. You don't bottom fish. Be patient on this. Play the breakout back above 198, 195. You had a quick bump. I think this is kind of a ditch back down where, all right, go to the 4-hour chart and show me what's down here. 4-hour HSI. Yeah, you're right. Like this 170 level. It's 170 or it's nada. I think it's really close, but all of this spells to next week. Just be patient. They're throwing this down. They're throwing this down in a big bullish zone. Let's see how far, if this completely fails, or we can get even a 3-bar reversal, something bullish development. We're just with the last bearish HSI that popped up. You wait. I hate to say it, but more time. Let's keep it rolling. Couple more, and I got to get out of here. Airbnb, folks, listen. Hit the shark yesterday. Okay, bounce 91.27. You're 94.75. This is a type 2. No confirmation, but look, type 1 up to target 1. Throw it back down. No confirmation yet, but structurally you're there. The weekly, what was the weekly? No, weekly wasn't, not on this one. But again, 91 on this move. Yeah, I'm looking at that. Give me a 3-bar. Give me 2 more days. Again, a lot of this that's either there, we're setting up, is pointing to next week to be the ultimate kind of confirmation. Let's keep it rolling. Teladoc back on another massive crab pattern. We're almost there, 26.48. We're looking for 24 to complete the type 2 crab. Come back down, hit 24, register maybe even a little bit lower. But, you see all these coming in? Let's say hi to Kathy Wood. ARK, investment, shark pattern. Okay, 34 to 32. You're trying to bottom here. You do have HSI. The shark is complete. And you're looking for some kind of a pop up to 44. With a lot of these coming back into the zones. All right, if that happens in the next 10 sessions, maybe we pop into January, and that's how it pulls together. Zoom. You guys like these? These were your COVID winners that got crushed. But now look, Zoom, another shark. And you're one more bullish day away. Look, there's HSI. You checked back yesterday. There's the low, 69.54. Yesterday's low, 69.74. You haven't checked back. Did you hit it today? Yeah, you hit it today. 2 more days. That gets you into next week for Zoom video. Plenty of time on all of these. I probably have 1 or 2 more. Before I do, one more volume 3, V3, people. V3. Who's going to win the V3? Keep an eye on that one. V3. Zillow. You wanted that. There's Zillow. You must have the software. Beautiful bat pattern. GDog UK. You're going to win a membership because the books aren't getting to Europe. Contact Miss Stephanie. There's Zillow. Type 1 return back phase. Back down to 27 on Zillow. You don't touch it yet. A couple more. Uber. How about all of these, right? Back down. We're looking for 22. It's taking its time, but these are all of the type 2 returns. Type 1 shark. Come back. Zillow. Uber. I'm going to say 23.53, and HSI is clearly trending in that direction. That's another one that's going to get thrown away into the end of the year, and we'll be there to swoop it up. How about CRISPR? Okay. Checking back, we had one bullish candle yesterday at under the hop at 52. I'm waiting for one more bullish day. Now we're back in the zone for another HSI. This is another one where I'll look on Monday or Tuesday, everyone. I will look on Monday or Tuesday, but do you see how close all of these are? The big ones. Almost there, but real big. And here's another one. Okay, Blink. Supposed to have all these chargers, whatever. Come on back to 12. Come on, drop in HSI. That's a massive butterfly. That's what we're looking for. I will share with you folks, that is of all these I showed you, this one is a 3 ideas. And we're looking basically under 1287 for the next HSI signal. All right, so all of those, run through that list, please, and look at what's going on there. They're shaping up to where that it'll come back in for the next week or two, and probably in an ugly manner kiss all of these and set off HSI. So a lot of them looks like they're going to throw them away. Last one, Dash. Dash is, I think I mentioned this before, but Dash is another one where little daily crab, back-to-back crabs, and we're just going to come back into the zone, back at 44. You're 54 currently. So if you're halfway there, folks, maybe we don't come back for the type 2. We talked about that one. I think target it lower. They all seem to be drifting lower now. All right, last one for the day, V3, folks. Next one to type in V3 wins that book or software of your choice. We'll come back on Monday. Listen, final note about our session on Saturday, okay? You go to harmonictrader.com. All right, get set up with the basic membership and the software. If you have questions or you're looking for the instructions of where to go, we start 10 a.m. and it's a go-to meeting that's available on the Gold Members page right there. Okay, click Gold Members, the page will come up. There's your address. Now I had to just take that out. But if you have questions and you're not a basic member, just sign up, hit the Discord, and get the information there. All the mods, all of the people that have purchased the program, of course, all those people and subscribers, you guys are invited. Just go to the Gold Members page. If you don't have access to the Gold Members page, contact Miss Stephanie on the Discord. All right, looking forward to Saturday. Thanks again, everybody. Really, congratulations to the winners. We'll see you Saturday. If not, the recording, you can check out our court recording and then come on back on Monday. Should be interesting. Go through all the stocks I showed today. Lots of opportunities, but they're still coming into play, and I suspect next week. Thanks, everybody. Have a great one. As always, go get them. We'll see you next time.